Okay, today I'm going to make a very simple, easy, tasty, stir-fried dish that's very healthy. The reason I haven't quite said the name yet is because it kind of gets taken as a bland dish, but I'm going to teach you how to cook this in a way that where it's not so bland, and that way it can become one of your healthy dishes you can throw together in just a few minutes. It's the dish called Chop Suey. A lot of people kind of confused about where it comes from. Some people think it came from the the Chinese immigrants to the U.S. when they were working on the railroads, and that may be the case. I've noticed that everywhere I go in the world, the Chinese immigrants that were there always took the Chinese style of cooking and adapted it to the ingredients that they had available. Like in Peru, they have a dish called lomo saltado. Rice was not readily available, so they started using potatoes. It just seems kind of weird, but they serve a dish down there with French fries and rice. It is wonderful. But this is the American version of a Chinese adaptation. So anyway, I have some chicken tenderloins that's partially thawed out. I've had it in the freezer. This is like 8 ounces. So what we're going to do, we're going to dice this up. And we're going to cut it into slices. We want it where you know you're getting a piece of chicken, but we also want to be able to eat it with chopsticks. Still partially frozen. Makes it nice and easy to cut up. That was probably about 3 tenderloins is what was in there. Rinse my hands off a little bit. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of soy sauce. Then I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. I'm going to put that on there. Then I'm going to take a teaspoon of cornstarch. Maybe not quite the whole teaspoon. Yeah, let's do a teaspoon. We got a teaspoon of cornstarch. We're going to mix this up, and we're going to let this marinate for about 30 minutes or so. I'll get back with you. Okay, aromatics. I have 1 large green onion that I cut up. I have half a teaspoon of ginger and half a teaspoon of garlic, and I have a little bit of white onion that I'm going to slice up. I'm going to slice it real thin. There we go. Now we're going to put this all in the same bowl because this all goes in at the same time. Okay, sauce. I have 2/3 cup of chicken stock. Then I'm going to put 1 teaspoon cornstarch. It's going to help it thicken. I'm going to put half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Remember, sesame oil is pretty strong stuff. You don't want to use a whole bunch of that. And I'm going to put some soy sauce in here. One tablespoon. That ought to be enough. We're going to give this a mix. And that'll be our sauce. Okay, so veggies. I've got a few sliced baby bella mushrooms. Got about a handful of bean sprouts that have been rinsed off. I've got 2 little stalks of celery. I've got some baby bok choy. Let me show you what I'm going to do with these. Take this tough part. I'm just going to cut that off. Now, if these were real thick, I'd slice them in half, but these are just about the size I want. I'm going to slice this thinly. Kind of cutting at an angle. Because it's a nice little slice. Anyway, that's what I'm doing there. I'll finish cutting the rest of that up off camera. My baby bok choy. Cut these in half. Then I'm going to cut the bottoms off. Well, let me cut the root off. And then this other thick part, I'm going to slice up like this. And then we'll take the leaves and set them aside and we'll keep them separated. Anyway, because this is nice and crunchy, it's got to cook at a different time. Or it takes a different time to cook the bottom than it does the leaves, because the leaves just need a second or two, and these need to actually cook for a minute or two. Anyway, I'll finish cutting the rest of this up off camera. Got everything ready to go, all laid out. Everything's within reach. Because remember, whenever you're stir frying, you got to have everything right there. Put a little oil in the pan. I want that to get a little bit hotter before I put my chicken in there. Okay, we're getting hot now. I'm using a non-stick pan, so I don't have to use very much oil. Go ahead and throw our mushrooms in here. Okay, my chicken and mushrooms have been cooking for a couple of minutes. They're getting some nice color. They're not quite done yet. That's okay. We're going to take them out. They'll continue to cook a little bit. I'll do a little carryover cooking on our plate here, and then we'll finish cooking them with the vegetables later. All right, let's put a little oil in here. Get that oil hot. We'll put our aromatics in. Put it all. Ginger, garlic, green onion. Man, it smells good. We're going to put in the bottoms of our bok choy and our celery. Oh, don't want the leaves in. They got to wait. We're going to put a little color on this. Hey, I'm just starting to get a little bit of color on some of these. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add our sauce now. We're going to bring this back up to temperature. Let it boil for a minute or two. Okay, everything's boiling pretty good. It's been boiling for about a minute. I don't want to cook those vegetables down to a mush. It's time to put my bean sprouts in. Okay, we'll put our chicken and mushrooms back in now. Sauce is really starting to thicken up. Okay, that cooked for another minute or two with the chicken in there. We're going to throw the tops in. Turn the heat off. I'm going to plate this up. There. Now that's my version of chop suey. Okay, so question is, how is it? It's good.